For it's really just our opportunity to start the day together with that first sip of coffee. Valentine shares a few words, and then we all raise our cups high and toast the day ahead with that first sip.
There was an old movie on yesterday afternoon. I was like on AMC Classics or whatever that thing is there, and it was some old movie from John Wayne, and it reminded me about a quote from John Wayne. John Wayne's been gone quite a long time, and for some of our listeners, people right now may not really know who John Wayne was, the actor, and all the old westerns he did, etc., and stuff like that. He said, a man's gotta have a code, a creed to live by, no matter his job. So what I took from that is, you've gotta have something that resonates with you as you live your life from day to day and stuff. We've talked about, our characters before and character definition, how character is something you have to work on at all times. You can't let your guard down. And I always tell Colin to be good and do good. That's what we tell him every day when he goes off to school. We tell him to live life that way. Be good and do good. And that's the kind of code that we live by. It's sometimes going to fall short. But that's what tomorrow is for. That's what later on today is for. That's another chance to stick to that code that you have for your entire life that hopefully makes a difference in the lives of others. Count us up, Joe.
I think we should say also, this is kind of implied, but John Wayne from a different era, that can apply to women as well. The quote, is a man should have a code. I think everybody should have a code.
I'm so sorry. When I said I meant a human.
Okay, there we go. That's perfect. There we go.
My FM, it is Valentine in the morning. We've been finding these valedictorians that are absolutely amazing. When we say valedictorian, it's not the person maybe the school selects with GPA, etc., but there's so many young students out there, seniors in high school, seniors in college, about to go take on the world, who have infinite wisdom that's untapped for us adults that we can learn from. And honestly, they get some really powerful messages. I'm really proud of the kids we found, and proud of the work that your kids have done.
It's a nice trade-off because we wanted to do something nice for the graduates of 2020, and at the same time they're sharing their wisdom with us. So far we've talked to Annie from Culver City High, and Blanca from West Covina High, and Mateo from Holdin High School, and you can find all of these on our Instagram.
At 1043 MyFM, and I think it was Blanca that we talked to. I loved what she said. I loved the speeches so far, but I love what Blanca said about all of the seniors having this common thing, this weird, crazy type of graduation, but they all have this in common, and there's this unity through that. And that just, I thought that was so special. It's so true.
You know, it's amazing that even though these kids didn't have this in their future, 6 months ago, nobody planned this, nobody saw this, none of us knew this was coming. It's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing, hopefully. They've got 4 years of absolutely amazing memories that will not diminish because of this. It will always be there. They'll always have that. And yeah, it's a generation of kids that'll remember 2020 as the COVID year that messed up their school years. But they'll remember it together. And shared experiences often become very much something that you can look back on and draw strength from, I think. 1043myfm.com/valedictorian if you would like to nominate somebody to be our valedictorian.
Here's what's coming up in Hollywood headlines. If you've ever wanted to cook like Monica from Friends, you now have the chance. I'll explain right after traffic. 3 things you need to know right now.
A new study has found that wearing surgical masks can significantly reduce the rate of airborne COVID-19 transmission. Scientists say the rate of transmission through respiratory droplets or airborne particles dropped by as much as 75% when masks were used. Health experts believe that until we have a vaccine, the best ways to prevent transmission are physical distancing and wearing some kind of face covering. Hey, when you see me walking around my neighborhood wearing that thing, I'm wearing it for me and I'm wearing it for you at the same time. So stop giving me those looks from across the street. You know who you are. I'll mention your names. The Los Angeles Angels will implement furloughs across their organization. Starting June 1st, the furloughed employees will be able to keep their medical benefits for the rest of the year. Overall, Major League Baseball is losing about $75 million a day. League officials are working on a complicated plan to start the season by July 4th, which would involve frequent testing, constantly disinfecting equipment, and banning fans from the ballparks. Vallarta Supermarkets is donating about $10,000 worth of food to struggling mariachi musicians in Boyle Heights. The company said that mariachi musicians are a major part of the Southern California music scene, but like many artists, they're being hit hard by lockdowns and physical distancing. This week, Vallarta donated about 500 bags filled with groceries to help people put meals on the table while waiting to get back to work. That's fantastic news. There you go. Those are 3 things you need to know.
Sponsored by Mercedes-Benz. They got the motorcycle crash out of lanes 110 freeway northbound side as you're coming up on Manchester, so that has been cleared. The drive is still heavy to come off of the 105, and you're seeing reduced speeds up ahead all the way out towards MLK Boulevard. Westbound side of the 10, you're pretty much on the brakes now as you leave downtown from the 5 all the way out towards La Brea. There was a car at Arlington that ran out of gas. They were able to pull them onto the freeway, so that's out of your way. Southbound side of the 110 freeway, just before you get to the 405, they're saying there is a car that broke down and the driver's trying to wave down somebody to help them out, so watch for some delays there. Southbound side of the 110 right after the 405. And then if you head up the drive on the 210 freeway, westbound side is kind of bunching up there from Azusa over towards the 605, but still good speeds up ahead into Pasadena. Good things come to those who don't wait. With more affordable Mercedes-Benz models than ever before, why not live your dream now? The spring event is here. Go to mbusa.com/spring event to learn more about the Mercedes-Benz A-Class or visit your Mercedes-Benz dealers in Southern California for a test drive today. After traffic, I'm Tony Jordan with Valentine in the Morning on 1043 My FM.
From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy.
Valentine in the Morning.
Hollywood headlines. Actor Jude Law. We know and love him in The Holiday. He's also in the Sherlock Holmes and Fantastic Beasts movies. His wife, Philippa, is pregnant. They got married a little over a year ago. This is going to be her first child and Jude's 6th child. So Congratulations to them.
That's really cool. I'm really happy for them. The Holiday's a terrible movie. Continue, Joe?
Oh my God.
You're such a beast. You are such a little beast.
Hey friends, so the official cookbook is going to be released on September 22nd. It's going to have over 70 recipes in it, and each chapter is going to feature an iconic foodie moment from the show, like Phoebe's grandmother's cookies and Monica's Friendsgiving feast. And it's also going to have Rachel's trifle in there as well, which was ladyfingers, jam, custard, raspberries, bananas, whipped cream, and beef sauteed with peas and onions. It's available for pre-order now. It's going to be out September 22nd. I'm Julia Hollywood Headlines.
All right, Jill, thank you very much. If you guys want to reach out for the Battle of the Sexes, feel free. You can call us. The phone lines are up and running now, 866-544-MyFM. Everything's done remotely. Isn't technology amazing? Valerie, one of our producers, is answering the phones, Kevin, at her house.
Yeah, and you might not know this, Valentine, but she's having this slight technical issue where the headphones plug into her computer because she's answering these calls through her computer. They're not really working, so she has to take them out, and for the microphone, she has to yell at her computer. So if